Why am I constantly failing NoFap? Let's face it, NoFap isn't easy, regardless of whether you're hooked to porn. However, there may be some habits you have that prevent you from achieving those extended and powerful streaks. Let's get right in and look at some of the most common reasons why males keep failing NoFap. By escaping to porn, you're attempting to satisfy a need. This happens more frequently than you might expect. It's possible that it's the main reason you're continually failing NoFap. Many men yearn for connection, most often with members of the opposite sex, but also with humans in general. Many of them also suffer from social anxiety, which makes it difficult for them to seek out. Significance is another prevalent demand that guys try to satisfy. Significance. How is it even possible? You might wonder. Consider that for a moment. Your reptile brain thinks you're mating with thousands of the most attractive ladies because you have a whole harem on your computer screen. In actual life, only exceptionally high-status males get to do that. So your primitive brain believes you're doing great. You must be a high-ranking individual. The important one. Another prevalent demand that pornographers aim to satisfy is variety. Are you sick of the same old lady and want something new? Well, porn will take care of it. Jumping from one category to the next, with new girls in each, is a certain way to try to fill the void. Identify the requirement and eliminate it. If you think you're trying to fill a need with your porn use, the next step is to come up with some other, healthy ways to meet that need. You'll naturally start failing less on NoFap once you've replaced porn with a more effective manner of addressing that need. Don't wake up your dopamine bear. Another reason you may be failing NoFap is if you consume too much sugar or junk food. This may seem unusual, and it isn't true for everyone. But sugar and junk food considerably raise the likelihood of relapse for a lot of guys. When I was battling with my own porn relapses, it surely helped me. Sugar and junk food both increase dopamine levels by providing immediate enjoyment. The trouble with this type of pleasure is that it often causes your brain's reward system to start exploring for new methods to receive more of that delicious dopamine. And what would be the quickest approach to accomplish this? You guessed it, fapping to porn. Dopamine is a strange molecule that once activated, it craves more of itself. This is especially true if we spike dopamine with something that gives us immediate gratification. Not so much if we earned it through physical activity or reaching goals. For example, when I say instant satisfaction, I mean things like social media binging, sugar and junk food porn, consuming alcoholic beverages, using other substances. Keep in mind that they have varied effects on various people, and some people may have more issues with video games than with junk food. As well as the other way around. Your mission is to figure out what's waking up your dopamine bear, and then devise smart tactics to keep him from going on a pornographic rampage, either by removing or limiting the amount of that particular instant satisfaction trigger, or by finding ways to prevent you from having access to porn after indulging in it. I can assure you that during my rebooting days, I must have had hundreds of relapses due to sugar or other high-tasting, fast carbohydrate sources. I did so much better when I ate a really clean diet. Isn't that something to think about right there? You're not doing anything to fill the gap. Another reason why many males fail at NoFap is that they do not substitute any other activity for their previous porn habits, such as sitting in front of their computer and aimlessly scrolling. That's a formula for disaster. You simply must do something to fill the vacuum. This is something you should do away from your phone or computer if at all possible. Now, if you have an online project that you're working on, that's a different story, and it's perfectly acceptable. But you can't fill the emptiness with mindless browsing. If you've been fapping to porn for 5 hours a week, your objective now is to find another, healthier way to spend those 5 hours. Whatever you do, one thing is certain. Those who fill the hole are also the most effective NoFappers. You're overindulging in booze. This one is related to the earlier discussion of awakening the sleeping dopamine bear. But there's more to it. And it's so crucial that I feel compelled to mention it. If you have a party persona, it will be difficult. It will be difficult for you to keep away from porn. Your identity, you see, is what drives your actions. And if you're constantly partying in ways that aren't good for your health, such as drinking, smoking, staying up late, and skipping sleep, you're developing an identity as someone who doesn't give a damn whether or not he's taking care of himself. Here's the deal. You'll have less reluctance to do other things that aren't so beneficial for you if you have that kind of identity. Things like relapsing into porn. That makes sense, right? That's what I'm hoping for, because it truly does work that way. On the other hand, if you develop good habits like eating properly, exercising regularly, taking cold showers, and meditating, you will develop an image of a person who takes good care of himself, increasing your friction to have a porn slip.